In the heart of West Africa, where the Niger River's bend meets the lands of southern Mauritania and Mali, the vibrant Songhai Empire emerged around 1460, succeeding the once mighty Mali Empire as the region's foremost power. This tale unfolds as the Songhai people, originating from a modest kingdom along the eastern stretch of the Niger River around the year 1000, ascend to greatness, guided by their ambitious ruler, King Sunni Ali. As we delve into the 15th century, the Mali Empire, positioned between the Sahara Desert and the forests of southern West Africa, began to crumble. Civil wars, competition from alternative trade routes, and assaults by the Tuareg nomads and the Mossi people led to the Mali Empire's decline. Yet, the most formidable blow came from the rise of the Songhai Empire, a kingdom that had long existed but now stood stronger than ever. Though the Mali Empire managed to cling to a fraction of its former territories in the west, a new chapter was about to unfold with the arrival of the Moroccans in the 17th century. The Songhai Empire, dominated by the Nilo-Saharan-speaking Songhai people, traces its roots back to the 9th century, coexisting with the Ghana Empire to the east. While once under Mali's rule, the Songhai people's control of river transport on the Niger River set the stage for their independence. In the early 15th century, they launched raids on Mali's urban centers, gradually breaking free as Mali's grip weakened over its peripheral territories. Around 1468, King Sunni Ali, also known as Sunni Ali Burr, altered the traditional Songhai tactic of sporadic raids. With an army equipped with armored cavalry and the only naval fleet in North Africa deployed on the Niger River, Sunni Ali pursued a sustained campaign of territorial expansion. The Songhai king, projecting an image as a magician of the indigenous animist religion, struck fear into his enemies. His strategies included a blend of leniency and ruthlessness, earning him the epithet Sunni the Merciless. His battle tactics, marked by overwhelming force and speed, proved immensely effective. Conquered territories swiftly fell, divided into provinces ruled by governors appointed by the king. While extracting tribute from local chiefs, taking hostages, and arranging strategic marriages, Sunni Ali also left a lasting legacy through the construction of dikes. These structures improved irrigation and agricultural yields, enhancing the prosperity of many regions under Songhai rule. The empire thrived throughout the 16th century, managing trans-Saharan trade through centers like Timbuktu and Zenith. However, the empire's golden era faced turmoil as internal strife tore it apart. Civil wars weakened the once mighty Songhai Empire, leaving it vulnerable to external threats. In 1591, the Moroccan Empire seized the opportunity and attacked, leading to the decline and absorption of the Songhai Empire. The vibrant narrative of Songhai's rise under the ambitious rule of Sunni Ali unfolds against the backdrop of West Africa's dynamic landscape. As the Songhai Empire expanded its dominion, the bustling trade hub of Timbuktu found itself under Songhai control by 1469. The ambitious Songhai kings, particularly Sunni Ali, continued their conquests, seizing the Mossi territory south of the Niger River bend in 1471. By 1473, another key trade center, Zenith, situated on the Niger, succumbed to the Songhai forces. Despite these victories, Sunni Ali faced a significant obstacle: access to the goldfields along the southern coast of West Africa. In 1471, the Portuguese, sponsored by the Lisbon merchant Fernão Gomes, circumnavigated the Atlantic coast of Africa and established a trading presence near these gold-rich territories, disrupting the Songhai's traditional wealth source. The sea route to the Mediterranean posed a formidable challenge to the trans-Saharan camel caravans, altering the dynamics of North African and European trade. However, the Portuguese did not fully capitalize on their venture, leaving room for the Songhai to monopolize the Saharan caravan trade. The Songhai thrived on exchanging goods such as rock salt, luxury items like fine cloth and glassware, sugar and horses for gold, ivory, spices, kola nuts, hides, and slaves. Timbuktu, with its flourishing population of around 100,000 in the mid-15th century, remained a vibrant trade port and a center of learning well into the 16th and 17th centuries. Trade centers evolved into sophisticated urban areas, featuring stone-built housing, large public squares for regular markets, and mosques. Surrounding these urban cores were floating suburban populations residing in mud and reed houses or tents. Meanwhile, rural communities, dependent on agriculture, indicated a usual food surplus with rare instances of famine and no recorded peasant revolts during the first half of the Songhai Empire's reign. The Songhai government departed from the more federal arrangements of its predecessors, Ghana and Mali. Despite the ruler's absolute monarchy, the Songhai kings, with around 700 eunuchs at their court in Gao, faced challenges securing their thrones. Of the 9 rulers in the Songhai Empire's history, 6 experienced deposition or violent deaths, often at the hands of family members. Local and imperial councils comprised senior officials overseeing various aspects of governance, including finance, the military, agriculture, and foreign affairs. The local level featured officials responsible for policing, monitoring trading centers, and leading craft guilds and tribal groups. The indispensable local tax collector, collecting goods for the crown to fund the army and court while providing for the poor, was a figure none could escape. In the reign of King Muhammad I, the Songhai Empire reached its greatest territorial extent, stretching from the Senegal River in the west to central Mali in the east. King Muhammad I, known as Askia, introduced a professional army and expanded Songhai's interests southeastward. Cities in Hausaland, including Gaber, Katsina, Zaria, and Kano, felt the impact of Songhai's power, with Kano paying a hefty tribute. The capital at Gao, boasting 100,000 inhabitants, witnessed the Songhai Empire's zenith. The empire dominated the Niger River, the trade superhighway of West Africa, encompassing diverse groups such as the Mande, Fulbe, Malsi, and Tuareg. The Songhai peoples, once a majority, now became a minority within this expansive and culturally diverse empire. As the Songhai Empire expanded and thrived, a complex interplay of religious beliefs emerged within its territories. The Islamic faith, already established in preceding empires like Ghana and Mali, faced a nuanced existence in the Songhai Empire. King Sunni Ali, the early ruler, demonstrated a pragmatic approach by observing certain Islamic practices, such as the Ramadan fast, for political reasons. However, he maintained a syncretic approach, sacrificing animals to trees and supporting pagan sorcerers. Sunni Ali's rule was marked by a vehement anti-Muslim stance, especially when dealing with Muslims perceived as political threats. In contrast, King Muhammad I embraced Islam wholeheartedly, becoming a convert and even making the pilgrimage to Mecca, where he received the prestigious title of the Caliph of the Sudan. Muhammad implemented Islamic law, appointing qadis, Islamic magistrates or judges, as heads of justice in key towns like Timbuktu and Zenith. Seeking guidance, he engaged the services of the North African Muhammad al-Maghili as his government advisor, whose works played a crucial role in the Islamic reform movement of the region in later centuries. Under King Muhammad's rule, an Islamic urban elite emerged, comprising not only wealthy merchants but also a class of religious scholars. These scholars produced texts that delved into various subjects beyond religion, including science and history. Despite these efforts, Islam's influence was largely limited to the elite and urban populations. Rural communities and the majority of the populace remained loyal to their traditional animist beliefs. In animism, the traditional belief system, spirits were thought to inhabit certain objects, particularly natural phenomena like trees, caves, and prominent features. Herake Diko and Dongo, associated with the Niger River and thunderstorms, were among the most important spirits. These spirits, along with those linked to deceased ancestors, required constant appeasement through offerings, masked dances, and ceremonies. While animism lacked a formal structure, there were practicing priests, known as tirke, or sorcerers, who focused on minimizing the influence of evil spirits in village affairs. The decline of the Songhai Empire began in the late 16th century, marked by internal challenges, ineffective leadership, and succession-related civil wars. The rivalry between Muhammad IV Bano and his brothers split the empire into factions. The decisive blow came from the Moroccan leader Ahmad al-Mansur al-Dhahabi, known as the Golden Conqueror. In 1590-1, a relatively small Moroccan force armed with muskets defeated the Songhai army, which relied on spears and arrows. Despite sporadic resistance, the Moroccans emerged victorious, seizing the Songhai treasury and absorbing the empire, including Timbuktu, as a province within their own. The once mighty Songhai Empire, West Africa's largest, crumbled from within and faded away, marking the end of a legacy that had dominated the region for centuries. With the fall of the Songhai Empire, West Africa experienced the end of an era that had seen the rise and fall of powerful states since the 6th century. The Moroccan absorption marked the final chapter in the story of great empires dominating the region. The decline of the Songhai Empire was not only due to external pressures, but also a result of internal challenges, including weak leadership and succession disputes. As the Moroccans took control, the once prosperous cities like Timbuktu, which had been vibrant trade and learning centers, faced a period of upheaval. The rich cultural tapestry woven by diverse ethnic groups, including the Mande, Fulbe, Mossi, and Tuareg, within the Songhai territories faced a new reality under Moroccan rule. The Islamic faith, which had played a varied role in the Songhai Empire, continued to shape the region. King Muhammad I's efforts to enforce Islamic law and establish an Islamic state had a lasting impact. The urban elite, influenced by Islamic teachings, persisted as a cultural force. The religious scholars produced texts that contributed to the intellectual legacy of the region, even as the rural communities maintained their ties to animist beliefs. The decline of the Songhai Empire echoed beyond its borders, marking the end of an era of West African empires. The once flourishing trans-Saharan trade routes and centers of learning faced disruption as the political landscape shifted with the rise of new powers. The Songhai Empire's legacy persisted in the memories of those who witnessed its greatness and in the echoes of its culture that lingered in the diverse communities it once encompassed. The animist traditions, with their rituals and beliefs, endured among the rural populations, serving as a testament to the resilience of indigenous cultures even in the face of political change. As West Africa navigated the aftermath of the Songhai Empire's decline, new chapters unfolded, shaped by the interactions of diverse peoples, the influence of Islamic teachings, and the evolving dynamics of trade and power. The story of the Songhai Empire became a part of the broader narrative of West Africa's rich history, contributing to the region's cultural, economic, and politics.